Indian summer.
Hi, I'm Shaf Islam, owner of the Chutney Ivy. Welcome to my restaurant. Today we're going to cook one of the most popular food items in India, an aloo gobi. Let's go. Hot, heavy metal pan, non-stick if you have one, but this retains the heat a lot and helps with all of the cooking process. Heat is very important in Indian cooking actually because it helps to release the spices, to release all of their flavor. So while that is heating up, I'm just going to dice up some cloves, garlic cloves. Do these as thinly as you can. Some people prefer to even dice them further, which makes the cooking process quicker as well. The finer they're diced, the more flavor they release. So I'm just going to give it a quick chop. We're going to be adding more garlic and ginger paste later. So it's up to you. I love garlic. You can add more to it if you wish. So a couple of cloves, vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable oil mixed with olive oil, makes it a bit more healthier. Get this all browned off. At the same time, one of my favorite herbs is curry leaves. Pinch of mustard seeds, get these all going, and then to cool it straight away down, I'm going to add, this is about one medium-sized onion, finely diced. As you can see, the pan being so heavy, it's absorbed a lot of heat in there. Now, a pinch of salt. This will help to make the onions cook thoroughly, and you want them to stay sort of whole but juicy and translucent. So I'm going to let that just simmer, let the onions cook through. So while that's gently simmering, I'm just going to get the rest of the ingredients ready. You can use bigger tomatoes. I really do like cherry tomatoes because I just like them to in these quarters. It makes the dish look prettier, I suppose. But you could just use normal tomatoes, chopped to about this size. Right, let's see how we're getting on here. As you can see, the garlic has really browned up. I can already smell those gorgeous flavors. Turn the heat up a bit. I'm going to start adding the rest of the ingredients. This is ginger, half a tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. Then this is tomato paste, just concentrated tomato paste. I've just added a bit of water, and this is the same, but this is tin tomatoes that I've just blitzed with a blender. So I'm just going to get this consistency going. Now I'm adding a combination of the three most common spices used in Indian food, which is turmeric, coriander powder and cumin powder. It's a combination. Every chef restaurant has their own sort of secret combination. Mine is literally for every 1 part of turmeric powder, 3 parts of coriander powder and cumin powder. Add pinch of chili powder to that if you wish, but I like to add the chili during the cooking process so I can keep a control of how hot I want the food. Right, now these are potatoes that I've semi-boiled before. I've just added a bit of turmeric on just to give it a bit of color. Add this on. Same with the cauliflower. The white bits of the stalk, I didn't want to throw them away, they're delicious anyway, just add that to the cooking. Same, I've just sort of simmered them in turmeric powder to give it a bit of color. Add all of that. Give that a good stir. Let all the spices cover. One of the lovely spices I like is roasted cumin seeds. Just use an abundance of that. Let that all come through. Now what I'm trying to do here is get the spices to roast, all the combination of spices. So before I add any further liquids on, this will help the spices to release their flavour. Now, as it's starting to sort of go brown, I'm just going to add a bit of water just to keep it, stop it from burning. Yes, I have. I've turned the heat up quite high. So we want almost like a stir fry action first, then add more liquids later on to make sure the vegetables are cooked more thoroughly through. Hence, have that water ready. If the pan gets too hot, it'd be in seconds that it burns so quickly that you'll know when you've burnt your spices. It's a horrible smell, and everything goes darker than it should be. The colour will be quite dark brownish, and that means you've overcooked the spices or burned the spices. So I'm going to reduce the heat again, let that simmer. Now, adding the tomatoes. This is spring onions, just roughly chop them. That's the top part. I love these spices. Just add all of that on. I'm going to add some coriander now, but the rest I'll use as a garnish afterwards. So that's all there. Mix that all in. Also to taste. Now, adding some more water. So far, I've used about half a cup earlier on, and this is about a full teacup full. Add water as you require the consistency of the gravy, the thickness of the gravy. I like my aloo gobi quite dryish, so I'm going to use all the liquids in here to make sure the vegetables are all thoroughly cooked through, but leaving still a sort of a thick sauce at the end. Now, while that is simmering, I've left this till last. It's the chilies. Now, I like my aloo gobi quite spicy. Now, you could either just, if you don't want it too hot, you could just slit the chilies in half and put it there, but I like it quite spicy, so I'm gonna chop him in smaller pieces. If you put chili at the beginning, it tends to burn. I'm sure you've all, when you try to cook curry at home, you start coughing and choking. That's because people have added chili on at the beginning, and the chili starting to burn. It releases that burnt capsaicin. It can be quite uncomfortable as you're breathing in. So that's why our chilies. We use chilies for its flavour and its hotness, really. So if you just simmer it in water or a thick gravy, you'll get the same effect. Now, one issue with fresh green chilies is the consistency of the hotness can vary depending the time of the year you buy them or how long they were on the chili plant before they were picked. So I would always quite fussy with how hot I want the food. So I'm going to always test to see how spicy it is. Now it's fine, but for me, I like a bit more spicy. So I'm just going to add a bit of chili powder, not too much. This is just for my personal preference. I do like it quite spicy. When you're cooking this at home, it's entirely up to you how well done you want the vegetables. I like my vegetables still with this, not hard, but have that crunchiness to them still. But some people like particularly their potatoes cooked all the way through, but it's your personal preference. So it's about 7 minutes worth of cooking. If you want it to be cooked more thoroughly, just keep it on for another couple of minutes and just check here. See, if you just press that should cut quite easy. So that's for me, that is perfect. It's not gone right through, but there is a bit of thickening. So I do like the vegetables still quite firm in the center. I'm just going to let it simmer off a bit. Now, total cooking time is, just over 7 minutes. The prep time for the cauliflower and the potato boil is probably another 5 minutes. So within 10 minutes or so, you can have some lovely aloo gobi. Now, what to have with this? Rice, naan, or a bit of both? I'm Bangladeshi background. If it's a dinner for me, it'll have to be rice, but if it's in the morning, it makes a great breakfast as well. Chapatis or rotis in the morning. But we are going to serve this with rice today. Now that is done. As you can see, lovely, lovely, lovely colours. Just a bit of coriander and a bit more of spring onions on top. Yeah, good luck with all of this. Enjoy, cinema on a sofa. I've been involved with Indian summer from the start, and you know, this year I think it's unprecedented, isn't it? These uncertain times, something once in a lifetime. But it hasn't stopped these guys from organising another festival. Where, you know, I know it's all, although it's from the safety of your own home, but hopefully this time next year we could do this live cooking. In the cultural quarter or wherever the Indian summer festival is held, so you can see it live as well. And I'll be very happy if these boys will have me back. I'll be very happy to do it again for them next year. Enjoy the show, all of you guys. Bye bye.